It's time for mini news sesh. Yeah.
Hey guys, and welcome to Designed by Wingnut Social. I'm your host, Darla Brenda Vaccaro Powell, and I still have a frog in my throat. My gosh, I have had like this almost semi-laryngitis for a month, but I feel well, don't worry. I just sound like, Suzanne Plachette. If you're my age, you get those references. If not, that's okay. You can look them up. Let's suffice it to say I'm very old. Very old. Guys, today on the mini news sesh, we have Sydney Hill, who is a social media manager here at Wingnut Social. And believe it or not, Instagram stories are still a thing and they're still relevant. And Sydney thinks more now than ever. So we're going to talk about that and what you need to be doing on stories and why they're going to help you as an interior designer, to the trade vendor, or an architect on Instagram. But before I get into my conversation with Sydney Hill, I wanted to tell you guys, Halloween is right around the corner as I'm recording this. It is October the 12th, right? This will air on October the, 30, 40, math, 16th. Halloween is coming up, and marketing your interior design firm on Instagram can be incredibly frightening and overwhelming. See what I did there? But our online course, Instagram for Interior Designers, is live at wingnutsocial.com, Wingnut Academy, and it is a complete, thorough, robust course to walk you through creating your own strategy to market your interior design firm, your home-based business, your home pro business, I should say, on Instagram. And it's incredibly in-depth, and the reviews are pouring in. So you're going to want to check that out at wingnutsocial.com, Wingnut Academy. And for a limited time only, we're having a Halloween sale on that course. If you just use code Halloweeny, I amuse myself. That's Halloweeny, HALLOWEENIE. You can save 25% off on that course right now. Limited time, limited number. So head on over to wingnutsocial.com and check that out. All right. Today we are joined by social media manager Sydney Hill. And Sydney, you have some information about stories. Are they still a thing? Are they still relevant? And of course, we're talking about Instagram.
Yes. So let's dive into the world of Instagram stories today. I'm very excited because Instagram stories just offer so much potential and so much help to all users of every kind.
So, Sydney, I get potential clients coming to us and asking me all the time, are stories still relevant? Are they a thing? Because they're spending their video time on Reels or just doing posts on Instagram. And it seems like a lot of designers have forgotten the impact of stories. So is that rightly so, wrongly so? Are they still impactful?
Yes. So I would say stories are more impactful than ever right now.
Really? Okay.
Yes. So firstly, they really increase visibility for users. So Instagram stories will always obviously appear at the top of a user's feed, making them the first thing that users see when they open the app and they jump on Instagram. So if you're able to run a consistent story and have a story about every 24 hours, that means your page, your face, your profile is propping up in front of users on a very regular basis.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So you're talking about the little highlighted story with your icon or your avatar lit at the top saying, hey, look, there's stories.
Exactly.
Even better if you go live, but that's another show.
Exactly.
Right? Okay, so I know that Instagram kind of shifted the algorithm a while back, a little bit away from stories and more towards Reels, and then shifted that back more towards feed posts. And I know carousels are doing really well. So where in the algorithm, as far as posting and having that 24-hour ephemeral content, does the weight of the stories fall?
Yeah, that's a great question. That's something I really love talking about because I think the algorithm part of stories has just continued to increase over the last month. So if you're able to post those consistent stories, it's going to positively influence Instagram's algorithm and it's going to be biased towards you. So if people are frequently interacting with your stories, this will lead to higher visibility on their feed of your profile.
Okay. I love that. And one of the things I do love about stories is the informal nature of them, right? So as interior designers, architects, to the trade manufacturers, furnishings, we want our feed professional photography for the most part, really beautiful imagery, but stories allow themselves to be more informal video, behind the scenes, a little more nitty gritty and raw. Is that still the case?
Yes, so Instagram stories, they always delete within 24 hours of you posting them. And then also you can always save those to your highlight sections only if you love the story. So if you figure that you don't love the story, you don't like how it turned out when you go to review it again, no problem, it'll just disappear on its own. But if you love that story and you want users to be able to go back and view that at a later time, you can save them to highlight reels. That'll always be on your page too.
I love it. And let's talk about the importance of stories as they relate to real-time engagement. What does that mean for an interior designer and their account?
Yeah, so sometimes when we post feed posts, we want it to be so perfect and we want it to look very beautiful on our feed, but stories allow us to post immediately, maybe a promotion you have going on or an update you really want your audience to know about. You can do this in a super fast manner, and people are more likely to see this the day of because, again, they are showing up at the top of your Instagram.
Oh, I see. So like countdown, 2 hours until the webinar. This is something just really quick and attention grabbing, but not as curated or as perfect.
Exactly.
You know, I'll say that when I go through my stories, I really do appreciate like the kind of the raw, like behind the scenes, not super polished stories. If I see something that looks like if it's by a big company and it looks super polished or sponsored, I keep going. I won't even stop on it on the stories. I don't know why that is, but it seems to me that if you are doing something a little more raw, that you have an advantage. And so let's talk about some ideas for content for interior designers, because that's another pain point. It's like, what the hell am I going to post? Nobody wants to see me. Nobody wants to see behind the scenes. My life is boring, etc. So let's put those to rest.
Yes, exactly. So I found that a lot of time our clients have a hard time posting stories because they're just overthinking it. They're treating stories as a feed post where they want the caption to be perfect and they want the picture to be edited perfectly, which is great for a feed post, but stories are really supposed to be more of a casual, organic nature. So some of my favorite ones that we always recommend our clients do are before and afters. So sharing just a quick photo. It can be an iPhone photo that you took months ago. Sharing the before photo and then just showing a nice completed photo of this space. That one really always performs very well.
Yeah, I love those. Those are hard to beat. What else?
Yeah, so then we have behind the scenes. So this can be done in a variety of manners. It can be a video of you walking through a house, kind of showing you guys if you're styling, maybe a shelving display, or if you're putting together a coffee table display, just really showing a more organic side to your design process. And you can even talk your audience through what are you doing right now, why are you placing the book here, just giving them some more insight into your designs and what goes on the thought process behind your designs is really great for these.
Right. And Instagram offers some really cool like plugins or tools for stories like quizzes and polls. How are you finding that those are performing when we use them for clients?
Yeah, so we love those stickers. So just to give a little refresh, the stickers you'll find when you go to post a story at the top right hand of your screen, and then it's going to be the little face inside of a box. So if you press that, like you were saying, Darla, you have a really amazing variety of stickers that you can use. You can use polls, a countdown, locations, quizzes, a little heart eye emoji that you can let audiences swipe to let you know how much they love the space. All of those perform really well, and it also really helps with audience engagement. So like I was saying before, if an audience member is actively and frequently engaging with your stories, they're going to see those stories more often on their page too.
I love it. And last but not least, unless you have something I've forgotten about, which is likely. Remember back in the day, you used to have 10,000 followers to put a link in your stories to send them to your website when you're doing these genius little last minute promotions. But now you can just put a link in there if you have one follower, 100, right? Or is there a minimum? Is there still a minimum amount of followers?
No, you can use those stickers and you can directly link to any website you want. So oftentimes we'll have a designer who has a really beautiful blog that they want to promote, and we'll just go in and put the blog URL right in there, and then users can really easily just click onto that blog, and they don't have to think about going to the bio or looking up the website, and then they're thinking, what's the name, how do I spell this designer, but they can just very quickly and easily go directly to that blog website.
Yeah, I love it. And it's a really good way to get more traffic to your website for people interested in your services. Because, you can't do it from your Instagram post. You have to go to your bio and do all that. So it's less barriers to entry.
Yes, exactly.
Well, thank you so much, Sydney Hill, for reminding us that stories are still important and to get on them. And it really is low hanging fruit because you don't need a whole production team to do them. Just get a little creative. Or if you need help with yours, wingnutsocial.com. Sydney Hill is waiting by the phone, eager to help.
Yes, of course.
We do those for our clients all the time. Is there anything I've forgotten in this subject that you think they need to hear, or we're good to go?
No, I think we're good. Just remember, go organic and have fun with it too.
All right. I love it. Sydney Hill, terrific as usual. We appreciate you. It is almost Friday.
Yes. Happy almost Friday.
As we're recording this, I should say.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
All right. Have a terrific day.
Thanks, Darla. See ya.
All right. So don't be shy. Do stories. Get back there. Don't have paralysis by analysis. Just get in there, start doing some stories, simple plugins or stickers, I should say. I always think in terms of plugins, WordPress. To get in there, utilize that, get that community engagement. They do go out, they're ephemeral, so they expire after 24 hours. So even if it's something like in 10 years, you're like, gosh, remember that story I posted? That was cringe. It's not like TikTok or X as it's called now. It's gone. Unless you save it to a highlight. So it's really a no-brainer. All right, that's it for this mini news sesh. Don't forget to head on over to YouTube and watch our channel Designed by Wingnut Social so you can see us in all of our amazing, magnificent, and hilarious glory, especially the bloopers that are at the end, most of the time. All right, guys, until next time, remember to get out there, get uncomfortable, and be great.
Mini news sesh. Yeah.